Bro, I was real deal crying. Staying in that apartment in Tennessee when my mama forced me to eat freaking spaghetti off the freaking floor. I was real deal freaking crying. Like, wow. Like, wow, I truly don't want a woman like my mother. After what I seen from her, after years of lying, after years of manipulation. No. I see what she did when her kids come to her with honesty. I seen what she does with my freaking sisters. They come with that honesty, and yet she's still like, no. I don't care if she playing. I don't care if she's serious. She still doesn't admit when she wrong. Like, that's the whole freaking issue. Like, she never admitted that she was wrong. And she'll never admit that she's wrong because in her head, she right. And that's so fucked up and twisted. And that's the reason why I broke the cycle. Because I refuse to date a woman who even exude any type of remembrance to that. Like, forget all that familiarity. Because I will say this. I would rather be single and adopt children than to date a woman who is freaking toxic. As toxic, if not more toxic than my freaking mother. My biological mother at that. Man, sheesh, no wonder, like, I feel okay just being homeless. No wonder I don't feel safe in that freaking home. She's toxic. No wonder she keeps on trying to bring me back every time I walk away. And every time I begin to walk away, she like, go ahead, leave. But then turn around. Like, bro, that's a toxic cycle that I say no to. But she is trying to keep me in. Like, y'all not listening to those who see me, to those who don't. Like, y'all not listening when I say that this woman is fucking toxic. Like, this is toxic behavior. Like honestly. Like, to all of those freaking ratchet women or anything, this, that, and the third, those freaking baby mama stories, this is literally that. And this is a healed person trying to leave that behind. But because of the situation this healed person is in, and his refusal thereof, because this healed person knows what this toxic mother is bound to do and how far she'll go, no freaking wonder I'm in the same freaking position. And I'm not finna put the blame on her. You know what? Nah. I think I have to at this point. Like, coming from this perspective, I think I truly do have to. Like, no, she don't control my actions. She don't control what I do now. However, the reason I tend to stay away from her, the reason I choose not to have a job, is because I know that she's gonna try to guilt trip me in giving her money. Like, that's the only reason why I don't have a job now. Like, I don't even mind working. It's the fact that I know that she's gonna try to get my fucking money. Like, she's gonna continue to be toxic, not only to me, but to her freaking kids. All of them. And the rest of them are gonna go along with it until they realize that she's toxic. And that's just something I don't want to be around. Like, she's freaking toxic. Like, NC is toxic. That's her initial. Like, she is freaking toxic. Like, that's just truth. Like, I'm not even finna run away from that anymore. Like, she just freaking toxic. Dang. So now the question, right now, I'm going to continue to choose myself and to continue to stay away from her, because I know she's going to continue to be toxic, whether she sees this, whether she doesn't see this. Whether or not I leave, whether or not I stay, she's going to continue to be toxic. Right now, based on what I want, and depending on where I want to go in life, that's how I'm moving. And to those, you know what, screw y'all in the past. To those of you who are wondering, why am I in my car? Why don't I just leave? Bro, you know what? The reason being, number one, I refuse to go in them woods. Even though I can, I just refuse to. And secondly, I just know somebody's just gonna spot me and call her my freaking mother. And that's gonna cause her to be in a whole freaking toxic spasm. Man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she is that toxic. And honestly, like, I don't regret it, because now I don't regret being here, because now I know what that looks like. Now I know what toxicity in its entirety looks like. Not being accountable when everyone knows that they're right, but you want to say, oh no, they're wrong. What it looks like when you force your freaking will onto people. What it looks like when you're unconfident. What it looks like when you're scared, but you're trying to scare other people. And what her true fears are, because her true fear is the fact that she can't make it on her own. That is her true fear, because she's had to do that constantly. That's why she wants a quote-unquote easy life, not even knowing that it doesn't get easier with age. You just have to handle it better. But the fact that she folded and just keeps going from guy to guy or man to man, just so that they can have her take care of the things that she don't want to do, that's why. Literally, if you ever wonder, to those of y'all in this situation or in a similar situation, younger, older, don't matter. To those of y'all, if you ever wondered why your mother still stayed with a person, even though she could handle herself, it's because she doesn't want to. And she's willing to be as toxic as she can to keep him around. She's willing to allow him to do the things, to do certain things to your freaking kids. The one I have around me, he's on and off. Like, there's a balance with him of toxicity and being real. There's still a bit of hope, but at the same time, I haven't really seen the things God's seen. There have been worse from other men, from other people, from other family homes. Actual men that actually did things to little boys, little girls that people have to go to therapy to nowadays, and that's because of the freaking mother. You as a mother had a responsibility to protect your freaking kids, and you didn't. Like, that's just fact. You had a responsibility to protect your freaking kids, and yet you're just letting anybody treat them how they treat them because you want comfort. As a parent, you have to experience discomfort, even when it's inconvenient for you. I don't care if you deserve it. I don't care if you don't deserve it. You have a responsibility to your kids. You have a responsibility to your freaking kids. No matter what the situation may be, no matter what the experience is, no matter if it's me. For my children, I have a responsibility for my kids, no matter how hard it gets. And because of that, you will never truly be happy. Those people will truly never be happy. They'll never hear from their kids again. And if they do, it's sparse. And now I understand why my uncle just don't come around like that for real. Despite knowing how, like, him and my mama are cool like that. Like, my grandmama probably did something to him so bad to the point where it's like, he's like, no, I'm not finna be around that. I don't even blame my uncle for that. Like, that's a toxic cycle that we have to end. Like, stop being toxic to your kids. Stop being toxic at all. Because that's reflecting in your life, and you'll never be happy because you always want more. Man, let's go into a part 2 on this. Like, you never gave a safe place to your freaking kids. I don't care if you gave them shelter. I don't care if you gave them food. I don't care if you gave them a place to stay type of deal. Even though that counts as shelter, I don't care if you gave them the clothes off your back. The fact is, your behavior towards them is exactly how you are treating yourself and treating everyone else around you. And yet you want to smile in people's face and play the freaking victim when you are the freaking problem. And half of that is for my mother and half of that is for me. Because no longer am I finna play the victim in my own freaking role. Now I understand. Like, I was doing right by staying away from her. But by me trying to change myself because everything else was connected to her, I prevented myself from leaving when I had the freaking chance. And that's something that's on me, and I'm not finna go run away from that fact. Like, I messed that up for myself, and I'm not finna run away from that. And likewise, I'm not finna run away from the fact that my mother's still toxic. You know what? No. This has been happening in so many freaking households. And it's painful. Like, it's truly painful when you realize that the woman who is supposed to protect you, who is supposed to be the number one woman, no other woman outside of your freaking bloodline, it is so painful to realize that that one woman is someone you can't even come to because of her own tendencies. Claiming that she won't tell, and yet tells literally the entire neighborhood or your entire family type of deal. You feel what I'm saying? And that's so freaking sad. Like, dang. Like, I truly cared for you. Me and my sisters cared for you. And yet you couldn't care enough to change because you didn't even see how toxic you truly were. And I don't even think you care. You truly don't. You would rather allow your children to hurt, to be in lies, than to actually be real with them, to be real with yourself so that you and the rest of your family can get better. Because behind all of those freaking smiles are histories of pain. Pain that didn't even have to be there. Especially because you had the chance to break the cycle. As a parent, you have the chance to break the cycle. That is just honesty. As a parent, you have the chance to break a cycle that your parents have done onto you. And you failed. Like, that karma that's coming onto you now, that is judgment based on what you've done. You failed the test. To all the mothers who are toxic out there, you failed. And you can't come in this new life with us. Like, you truly failed. You failed. Me, even in a messed up situation like this, I still somehow found a way for me to be like, if I do end up homeless, I know I'm gonna be all right. Like, it didn't got to that point with me. So, like, I'm just waiting at this point. Is God gonna freaking bless me or miracle me? Is my toxic mother gonna kick me out for good finally, and I don't have to experience that? Am I gonna run away? I don't know. All I do know is, when it comes to me and my life, I finally understand and I'm taking accountability for everything that I've done on my part, and I'm not running away from that fact. However, I'm not running away from the fact that you've done wrong too. All of you out there. And to all the kids who have listened so far, I understand your pain. I understand what you went through. But don't allow that pain to hold you back from being a kind person, to hold you back from being the person that you were always meant to be. And that's a reflection of God, or your truest version of yourself, that doctor, that house owner, that freaking businessman, that adventurer, that pirate, etc. Do not allow the past to dictate whether or not you're gonna do it. Do not let the past dictate how you think. Just because your parents threw things, just because they grabbed switches, just because they yelled at you and forced you to do things, that doesn't mean you have to do your children the same way. And yes, it's going to be extremely hard. I understand that as a fact. It's going to be extremely hard, especially when you have to be around your children 24/7. It will be hard, especially for the single parents out there. It is hard, extremely hard. This is coming from someone who's seen a single parent work. It is hard, but it ain't impossible. We have to, especially if we want to have easier lives for ourselves, our children, children, and everyone else after us. We have to become strong. You know what? Now I understand why I had to go through the things that I had to go through. I have to realize how important the family truly is, because the family dictates this nation. A single family. A single family. A mother and a father, both of them. But we're focusing on the mother now. Her behaviors, her mannerisms, the way that she is, the way that she nurtures, that translates into her children and her children's children and her children's children and her children's children. And if you have multiple women like that who are in toxic mindsets, you get a nation that's so messed up. You get a nation of people who are scared of acting, who would rather be comfortable than to actually get up and actually protest, who only do things when they're angry instead of doing them when they're scared, who can't even take the leap of faith on themselves because they're so scared of what if they don't have this or what if they don't have that type of deal. You feel what I'm saying? So rather or not you all heed these warnings or not, realize that you, yes you, the ones who don't have kids or the ones who are just now having kids, you all are the chain breakers. You will break the chain in your freaking family, because it's time now. If you don't, then I'm sorry to say you're gonna go through worse, because God is saying it's time now. Like, God is not letting any of this slide. It's only gonna get worse for the negative people here. It's only gonna get worse for the toxic people here. And if you're gonna choose to be toxic, it's gonna happen at the snap of a finger. So yeah, whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you choose to be toxic or whether you choose to go through those hard times just to make sure that your family bloodline is strong like that, that's up to you. Because your family will truly take care of you. And not out of obligation. Just because they don't want to see you suffer. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like there should be more here to say. But enough has already been said as is. My goal right now is to somehow get away from my toxic mother. And to not have anyone connected to her either. Which is why, even though I've had many people say, hey, you want to come with me? I said no, because I know that my toxic mother was probably going to call them up. So whether or not I'll find a way, well, dang, that's a confirmation. I'll find a way. I just got to give myself grace on this. I'm not going to stop it. I feel like there should be more here to say. But it's time for me to let go of this. Take care of your kids in the ways that they deserve, because they were born to it. You have an obligation as a parent. Hold on. We're finna end this off on the final part. Like, dang, oh, hold on. Oh, okay, I'm finna say. But in finishing this entire thing off, man, what my mother did to me, it wasn't right. But that doesn't mean that I have to move on that pain. I can get better. I can move away to a new state, no matter if I have to be homeless with it. I can just start fresh. I can learn to be, no, I know how to be better. I can do better. Even though there will be situations where I'll be placed in that'll test me. It is my job to be strong enough to be like, no, for my family, I'll be strong. For my family, I'll do this. For my family, I won't respond like this, but for my family, I will respond in this way. Me as a father, I have to be better. Even though I don't have kids, yeah, I have to be better. I have to be better. We have to be better for our kids, man. They are our future. So why are you damaging our future? By treating us wrong. By treating them wrong. They deserve the justice. They deserve to be heard. Your kids are a part of this family too. Don't shut them out. Don't do them wrong. Don't let people do them wrong. Take care of them. Take care of your family. They matter. And if no one ever told you, and it's so hard for me to say it, but you matter. All of you toxic people, you matter. And if you truly want to be in this new life, recognize that you have to accept that you are wrong, and you have to bring that to the forefront. Because if you don't, life is going to get worse. The pain that child went through matters. But that doesn't mean that you have to lead with it. There was this saying in this book. I don't know what it was. But the general message was this: you're not responsible for the toxic things that happen to you, but you are responsible for the toxic things that you do unto others. What happened to you in the past wasn't your fault. What you do to other people is. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave this off on a good note. No matter what happens, I think I'll be okay. I don't know where life is gonna take me. Like, I've done some risky things. I freaking, like, hold up. Like, that tree right there, I've climbed that mug. I ain't ever think I would do that. Like, I'm gonna be so freaking honest. I never thought that I would do it, and yet I did it. Like, bro, something like that. Like, those small wins matter in your life too. Take a win every chance you get. Work tiny. Those small steps. Even if it's just bear hugging a tree, and then you just going up one. As long as you just do better than what you did yesterday, no matter how small, it counts for something. I'm ready. Even though I don't know what's gonna happen, God only knows. Like, like that was the only thing. I've been put in so many situations where I didn't even know what was gonna happen, and yet I came out okay. And I was okay during those times in the moment. So don't let the fear stop you. Just keep going. You deserve it. You deserve to live a life where you truly matter. Okay? Okay! And as always, stay peaceful, blessed up, miracle. And know that you will appreciate what's taken care of by divine and wonderful all higher source. God is what's everyone that truly and genuinely and deeply cares about you deep in the souls. Always remember that here you are loved. We care about you here. If no one else does, we do. I do know that. No matter what, we are always here to give you that listening ear. Don't be afraid to talk to us. Don't be afraid to talk with us. We're always here for you, especially when you need it. Community tab is always on YouTube. Hit it up, especially when you want to get something off your chest. And I already know some of you who've been through a toxic household like this, I'm pretty sure you do. I'm pretty sure you do. Just leave it in the comment section. Here's a safe space here. We welcome nothing but love and light here. And anybody toxic in that comment section, instantly boot them. They don't deserve to be here, especially when you came with honesty. We're here for you, and we'll make sure your voice is heard on this channel. Okay? Don't forget to smile today and drink your freaking water, like Big Sis always say. Don't forget to smile today, okay? Okay, okay, I'm coming for this one. And I caught a 144 too. I should be soon.